So there we have it. The final of SCL5 is complete. Try the Verge come out of the losers bracket to put out the team that put them there in the first place. Team Footwork lose 3-1 in the final. Great work from Try the Verge, who in the end had a fairly comprehensive victory in the final back in Alien.
That was quite the finish. They definitely emphatically won that series, and it was a very impressive display from them, especially like we had just been talking about having come out of the losers bracket like that.
So an interesting side thing that this brings up is the fact that Verge of Collapse has now won as many SCLs as Hydra or Warlords of the Deep have. So maybe next time around we'll see Warlords of the Deep come back to make sure that Verge doesn't get it all close to their title.
I don't think any of us were expecting such a comprehensive victory, given that final in the winners bracket where Footwork looked pretty comfortable against Try. It had to be said.
Yeah, I mean they got their number. You know, they went in knowing what to expect. I suppose, or had an idea of what to do, what to change. I mean, but it was a little shocking. You know, it's interesting with SCL. It seems to me, and I could be slightly mistaken. My memory may be a little clouded here, but I feel like almost every SCL final, the last series has been very emphatically decided. It's been a complete whitewash. Whereas the series leading up to that have always been the ones where everything looks even and you have no idea who to predict to win.
Absolutely. So we have some thank yous to dish out before we finish up for this evening. The first person we want to thank is none other than our very special CCP Fozzie. Fozzie, thank you once again for putting such a huge amount of your personal time into this weekend running smoothly. Thank you very much.
Well, it was my pleasure. It was a great tournament to watch and be a part of.
I think we also want to give a massive shout out to our sponsor, NSA Bivas. It's been a very successful weekend for him, as well as having his name splashed all over SCL5 as our main sponsor. He also lifts the tournament trophy this week. Great work from him. Again, if you fancy yourself as a competing team or a sponsor for SCL6 or any of the future tournaments, we highly recommend you contact Aegon Blackfire in game. If you point your browser to syndicatecl.com, you'll find all the relevant contact details there. But we are always looking for new teams, and we are always looking for new sponsors as well. I want to give a huge thank you to all the CCP developers who've given their time to come and appear here on the weekend. Today, so far we've had Nullabor, Etern, Paradox, Fozzie himself's been on. I know yesterday Rise was on. I missed yesterday, unfortunately. I don't know everybody. Who all was on yesterday back in Alien? Who did I miss?
Oh gosh, we had CCP Affinity. Did you mention?
Affinity? Karkur was on as well.
Karkur is her bar. I know her by her name, not by her CCP names. Yes, yeah. CCP. You just said it, and I lost it again.
Logibro as well.
Logibro was on. Yes. Yeah. So we've had really fantastic CCP dev support all weekend. So that's fantastic for ourselves, and hopefully you've appreciated some of the time we've spent with those guys. I think we're just about done here, are we, gentlemen? Is there anything else I'm missing out before we wrap things up here?
Thanks for all the viewers. We really appreciate you guys. Next time around, tell your friends. We keep coming back just because you guys keep tuning in. So if you want to see bigger and better tournaments, keep showing up.
Well, and I definitely, as one of the original commentators and staff members of SCL alongside Brent, would like to thank the new guys, Xander, you, and Alex, and everybody else who's been. We had a lot of new people come onto the SCL staff and onto the SCL, into the studio and into the booth this weekend. They all did a fantastic job, and it's really, really great to have some more redundancy and a little more sane time for those of us running it to have to be able to share the burden. So thank you guys as well.
It was an incredible amount of fun. Thanks for having me on.
It was so much fun. It's been great to be a part of, although there was a few rough patches here and there, it was amazingly well run. Fozzie did a great job running everything in the background, as well as Brent. I know Brent put a lot of work into it as well. So thanks for keeping everything going smoothly, guys. And I would like to thank all the teams that took part as well. Especially, actually, I want to give a major shout out to Noir Academy, because I know those guys had a bit of a rough day yesterday, but for them to pull themselves out at the very last minute and put an entirely satisfactory performance is huge kudos to those guys. They did the crowd, Alexiev.
Yeah, they did a pretty decent job for one day's notice. I will give them that. Also, one more thing, guys. The guy that you don't see in all of this is Namamai. He's actually the guy running the stream, waking us all up in the morning, and generally speaking, keeping us all on track. So huge ups to him.
Woohoo!
Okay, then.
Congratulations.
I think we're done down here, guys. Hopefully, we'll get the dates up for SCL6 as soon as possible. I think we're looking at January next year now, guys. Would that be right?
I think we're still in discussion whether or not we're going to do them before then. It also going to depend if any news comes out about the New Eden Open or an Alliance tournament from Eve. So we're going to have to play that one by ear, but we will have the information up on our Twitter or Facebook and our website, as well as the Alliance tournament forums. So we hear from the man himself now, am I?
There you go, absolutely. So keep your browsers pointed to syndicatecl.com. Also, make sure that you are following Syndicate CL on Twitter. And if you keep your browser pointed at one of those locations, you'll almost certainly find out the dates as soon as we know them. I think we're done here, guys. So thank you very much for watching SCL5. Until next time, fly safe.